Welcome to Breaking Free, a podcast about reclaiming your peace, your power, and your life. I'm your host, Lisa Taylor-Austin, licensed psychotherapist and expert witness. And today we're talking about something that's really important but often overlooked: breaking free from a covert narcissist. If you've never been in a relationship, whether romantic, familial, or even friendship, with someone who made you feel small, questioned your worth, or drained you emotionally only to later realize they were narcissistic, you know how complex it can be. But the covert narcissist, well, that's the quiet manipulator, the person who hides their true nature behind a facade of charm, humility, or even victimhood. Getting free from them? Well, that's no easy task, but today we're going to break it down for you. First things first, what is a covert narcissist? We're all familiar with the classic image of a narcissist, the loud, entitled, attention seeking person who's obviously self absorbed. But the covert narcissist flies under the radar. They don't demand attention in the same way. Instead, they manipulate in a more subtle, often sneaky way. They often play the victim. They use guilt, passive aggressive tactics, and quiet emotional abuse. You might even not recognize it at first. The covert narcissist thrives on making others feel sorry for them while never giving anything back in return. They gaslight you, making you question your own reality. They have an inflated sense of self importance, but can come across as humble or self deprecating. They take, take from you, all the while you feel like you're the one who should be doing more. And it's exhausting. But if you're here listening today, you may already know what it feels like. So let's dive into some practical ways you can take to get free from the covert narcissist in your life. The first step in breaking free is recognizing what you're up against. Covert narcissists are masters of manipulation. They will tell you they need you, that you're the one who can fix them. They might even use phrases like, "You're the only one who understands me," or "I'm just so misunderstood." They play the martyr, always making themselves out to be the victim of circumstance. But here's the thing: their reality is distorted. They want you to feel obligated to them, to feel guilty for asserting your own needs. If you've been involved with one, you might have experienced how it feels like you're always walking on eggshells, unsure of how to act or what to say, because everything you do might be twisted and turned back on you. So, recognize the signs, those passive aggressive comments, the guilt trips, the playing on your emotions. It's all part of the game. Setting boundaries is key. And for those of you who've been involved with a covert narcissist, I know setting boundaries can feel impossible. Why? Because the covert narcissist is really good at making you feel bad for them for having boundaries in the first place. You're being selfish, they say. You don't even spend any time with me, they might say. Or worse, they might make you feel like you're abandoning them. But here's the truth: boundaries are a form of self care. They're essential for your emotional health and your ability to maintain your sense of self. So when you set a boundary, hold firm. If you say you're not available for a certain conversation or you need some more time, don't back down. It's okay to say no. And I can't stress this enough. You don't owe them an explanation for why you need your space. A covert narcissist's worst fear is losing control. They thrive on manipulating others, and when you start to assert yourself and pull away, they may react with rage, guilt, or victimhood to pull you back in. They might try to guilt trip you, manipulate you with sob stories, or accuse you of being the problem. But here's the thing, the more they react this way, the more it shows that your boundaries are working. They want to control the narrative, and your withdrawal from that control is unsettling to them. It's important to remember that their emotional reactions are a reflection of their need for control, not your actions or worth. So don't let their fear dictate your behavior. If you're truly looking to break free, you need to consider cutting the emotional ties. And sometimes this means going no contact or low contact. I know this can be incredibly difficult, especially if it's a family member or someone close to you. But remember, your mental health and emotional well being has to come first. Going no contact means completely cutting off all communication. No texts, no phone calls, no emails, and no social media contact. This can be incredibly liberating, but at the same time, it might be met with attempts to reel you back in. If you can't go no contact, then consider low contact, which means keeping interactions to an absolute minimum and only discussing essential topics. The less you engage with their manipulations, the less power they have over you. Breaking free from a covert narcissist is hard, and it's easy to feel isolated during the process. So seek support. This might mean talking to a therapist like myself who understands narcissistic abuse, or finding a support group of people who've been through something similar. Talking to others who truly get it can be incredibly validating and empowering because you are not crazy. You are not weak. You have been manipulated. And it's okay to ask for help in untangling the emotional knots that this type of relationship can create. Finally, once you've distanced yourself from the narcissist, it's time to rebuild. After all the emotional manipulation and gaslighting, you might have lost sight of who you really are. The process of reclaiming yourself is a journey, but it's one worth taking. Start small. Rediscover hobbies and passions that you might have put aside. Build your self esteem. Take care of your mental health. And remember that you deserve peace. You've been in a toxic situation, but now you have the opportunity to heal and grow. Getting free from a narcissist is a tough road, but it's one that leads you to freedom, peace, and a life that's truly yours. So remember, you are worthy of love, respect, and kindness, especially from yourself. Keep taking those steps forward and don't let anyone steal your sense of self. Thank you so much for listening to Breaking Free. I'm Lisa Taylor-Austin, and I hope today's episode has empowered you to take control of your life and start your journey toward healing. If you're dealing with a covert narcissist, or if you found your strength after one, share your story with others because you're not alone in this. Until next time, take care of yourself. You deserve it.